Hello, everybody. How are you doing? It is another wonderful day in the state of Texas. It was a little rainy today, a little partly cloudy, but still beautiful. For some reason, the volume was on. We had a little echo there. It's okay. It's handled now. Well, I want to say that I hope everybody's week's going good. Tonight's show is going to have a little bit of humor. We're gonna touch on the big story up front. It's not gonna be one of my articles because I don't want to advocate for a certain thing. But let's get the hard stuff out of the way. As always, YouTube, this is all fake. It's not real. It's a figment of your imagination. Everything that will be said after this is nothing but lies. It's a bad dream. Here's your warm glass of milk and your pat on the butt. Now go back to sleep. Okay. Now that crap's out of the way, we had another violent school incident. It was a shooting. I don't want to promote the person. I don't want to give the person any type of fame. I do believe that those people are quite evil, and well, just for the sake of argument, anyone that can go in and do something like that to children is just the epitome of evil. Either they're possessed by a bunch of demons or they're just completely pure, unadulterated evil. But regardless, there is a message out there that I would like to spread about this. I don't have all the details yet. I've only seen a couple clips about this, but there was a massive tweet that went, super viral. And it was something about how they are going to go violent and have some kind of reaction to the fact that the trans person was treated a specific way. And just please, everyone, I need you to be vigilant this weekend. They were supposed to start doing this on Saturday, and it was a promise of violence, basically, is what it was. And, no one should advocate for violence, and no one should want violence on another person. The only time you should ever have to do violence is whenever you are defending yourself or obviously fighting a war. The concept of what's happening right now is that the far leftist crazy people, Antifa, LGBTQ plus, and the fourth wave feminists, Black Lives Matter, all of these, they're all one. You've heard me say this before. It's all the same thing. All right, there's no difference. And apparently, this weekend they are calling for violence for vengeance on this person. So please be careful this weekend, and keep your head on a swivel. Watch your six, all right? And hopefully, but let's see here. Oh, dude, what's up, bro? Man, dude, I haven't seen you the last couple of times, man. I was worried about you. Grab my email, dude, and shoot me an email so I got your contact info, and then that way, I can shoot you info and talk to you if I don't see you a couple times. But I wanted to throw some ideas past you anyways. Last time we were talking, we were on the show together. I wanted to ask your opinion on a few things, and I couldn't ask you because you weren't on the show, and now I can't remember them because that was before. But no, please, for those of you guys out there that believe in self-defense, now's the time to be prepared, pay attention to things, because this thing went pretty viral. It went pretty crazy. And it was basically calling for violence against anyone that wasn't trans, is what it was. They took the tweet down. Elon Musk, to his credit, for his faults, he did do this right. He took down all of the tweets that had this saying in it. Shadow, what's up, bro? Dude, my favorite people are here. Luis will be back, guys. She's probably going to be doing something else. She kind of goes in and out. I believe LA will be here tonight too. Hopefully Becca joins us again. And Shadow, if you want to come on, bro, let me know. I'll drop the link. We got some kind of funny stuff to talk about tonight. I'm going to have Alex Stein on as my first story. Teaser. But anyways, please be careful. I always want you guys to be safe out there. But look, these people are really fucking stupid. And they will do pretty much anything that they think is right. And they know from past, no shit, right? Literally. But because they weren't punished during the Summer of Love, because basically it's considered to be just protesting, blah, blah, blah. They literally think they can do whatever they want and get away with it. So just be careful, please. All right, enough of that shit. Yeah, Alex is funny. He can be kind of, fucked up, but, if you guys don't know, he's from Texas, and he got his fame from making fun of the whole, preventative vaccine / virus from an unknown country, but now everybody knows that it was from China, or possibly from China, whatever. Anyways, so he went to San Fran, or the title says he's in San Fran. I love the video, and I figured I'd make it the first story. So here we go, guys. By the way, how's everybody doing? Tell me in the chat. Tell me if anything crazy is going on. Let's see here. Share screen. Alex Stein. It says Alex Stein attacked with hot coffee at San Fran Freak Show. So unless there's another San Fran, this is pretty cool though. Check this out. Let's see here. Now, okay. That right there is assault. In case you guys don't know, whoever watches this video, that's assault. Alex technically could have pressed charges against that person if he wanted to. He's a better man than me.
I want you to see these white racist heterosexual assholes.
You look just like him.
What the fuck does what he poured water on him? Like, and then you saw the flag, right? Okay, we can't say it, but if you guys know what the flag is, then good job, bro. It's kind of hard to hear him, but he's saying, what rights do you not have? Because they're claiming that they don't have any rights. Okay.
What rights do you not have? What rights do you not have?
Protect trans kids.
Look at this. These want to cut kids' penises off. These are disgusting. They want to cut. They want to cut and mutilate children's genitals. Look, they want to cut children's wieners off.
I'm guessing this is in response to what happened in Nashville. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Listen, they're disgusting.
That guy's awesome.
Get the police. There's kids here. Get off me.
This kid's here. This kid's here. Back up. Like, dude, like they're the ones doing the violence, right? But hey, man, there's kids here.
What are you gonna do about it? You guys, how are you gonna protect a kid by cutting off his genitals? These people don't want to protect kids. They don't want to protect kids. By what? By cutting their genitals off?
Time to go.
Guys, you're not protecting a kid by cutting his wiener off. You kids, you should not have your.
Dude, is she literally like? Is she okay? It looks to me like she's all over him, like trying to keep him from walking.
Get off me! Get off me!
Yeah.
Get off me!
No.
They took it.
Look at this! Guys, this is why these people.
Get out of the way.
Get off me! Guys, you guys are all freaks. You guys should be ashamed of yourself. Children cannot consent. Children cannot consent. No, it's not. I should kill myself.
No friends.
Do you think I should kill myself?
Nobody will love you.
From the bottom of my
I'm
heart.
sorry that you want me to
Nobody
kill
will
myself.
love you.
That's really sad.
You don't love.
So, okay, now, if you guys have been paying attention to any of the things that have happened at any of the rallies, right? Like, when you go to like a Trump rally, okay? Dude, I'm good. Out of here, bro. Like, sorry, bro. Just got done a couple hours talking with Rex. Dude, it's all good, man. Don't worry about it, bro. I was just saying if you wanted me to, man. Not a big deal. As soon as you lay hands on another person, it's assault or story. Dude, did you see how many times he was assaulted in that video? Dude, like what was it? 8 people that actually physically touched Alex, and no one was arrested, and it's on camera. Okay, remember that video with Big Shapiro like 8 years ago, 9 years ago, where the fucking tranny like literally like grabbed him by the neck and threatened him on a fucking video? Did I play that on here? I think I did play it on here. Yeah, and when he called to press charges against him, they said, well, we can't do anything because it's a public figure and it would look bad on us. You see? Anyways, they are trying to normalize. Yeah, I mean, trying or they have one of the two, bro. I mean, at this point, I mean, they have killed people. Remember Portland and the Summer of Love? They flat out killed people, man. Just killed them. And in Portland, there was rapings and murders all over the place, and they didn't give a shit. Wow, we have truly lost Pat. Yeah, yeah, no shit. So now, if you're watching the video, now I didn't see any hot coffee, okay, unless it was in the part that had the camera fall down or whatever. I didn't see any hot coffee. You know, I don't think that was in the bottle was hot coffee. It looked like water to me, but fucking knows. But still, you can't just go up to a person and touch them. You don't have that right. You don't have the ability to do that. But they're able to do that because no one wants to touch them, because right now the transgender thing is just fucking fire. You can't even say certain things. All right? Saying words like trans is bad. You know, ordering a cup of black coffee in Seattle, you're racist. You know, I have an idea for like a TV show, right? Like it's going to have only like there, for each race, there will be a character, like a female and a male. Okay. And each race is going to be doing the most racist, offensive shit you could possibly think of, you know, and we'll make jokes out of it. And I want to see what happens. You know, I want to have a black dude walking inside of a room making racial slurs, white dude saying racial slurs, and then telling racial jokes in a room of a bunch of people, just making everyone completely uncomfortable. I think that would be fucking hilarious. And it would send these absolute bonkers people through the roof. They'd be like, oh my God, it's so offensive. While like 95% of the people watching the show are laughing, there's like this tiny percentage of people that are offended. Yeah, well, I'm going to say it before, or I've said it before. I'm going to say it again before you guys get offended before I make that show. Go fuck yourself. Seriously. Learn to laugh. I mean, my God. All right. So next one. Okay. So they've been kind of, I guess they got quiet about this and they didn't want us to see it. But remember how they were going to perp walk Trump? Yeah, exactly. So they didn't. I didn't see this on the news. I didn't see this in an article. A buddy of mine sent this to me. Okay, so this is from Politico. I didn't see this on Fox. I mean, if Tucker mentioned it, I don't watch Tucker because I'm usually getting ready for bed about this time, anyways. So I always miss Tucker. Maybe Tucker mentioned this, but I didn't see it. Manhattan Trump grand jury set to break for a month. A previously planned hiatus would push back potential indictment of the former president. Now, remember, we're indicting him for misappropriation of funds of someone that wasn't Trump, that was on Trump's campaign, paying Stormy Daniels because Trump stuck his wiener inside of her. That's what this is about. New York. The Manhattan grand jury examined Donald Trump's alleged role in a hush money payment to I can't say that word. To a porn star, who I just made that up on the spot, to a porn star, isn't expected to hear evidence in the case. I love how they're saying examine Donald Trump's alleged role in hush money. Because remember, when they first broke this story, it was Trump paid this person. All right. Apparently the guy that was involved is already in jail for something else. So next month, largely due to a previously scheduled hiatus. Also, remember, if it was previously scheduled, why didn't we ever hear about it before? No, the previous scheduled hiatus is for a month, and then after a month, they'll retract all the statements, and they'll say they're sorry, and then move on to a completely different story. Watch. According to the person familiar with the proceedings, the break would push any indictment of the former president to late April at the earliest, although it is possible the grand jury's schedule could change. In recent weeks, the Manhattan District Attorney's Office hasn't convened the panel on certain days, but it is District Attorney Alvin Bragg's prerogative, to ask the grand jury to reconvene if prosecutors want the panel to meet during previously planned breaks. The grand jury, which heard testimony in the Trump case on Monday, isn't meeting Wednesday and is expected to examine evidence in a separate matter Thursday, the person said. The grand jury, which typically meets Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, is scheduled to consider another case next week on Monday and Wednesday, the person said, and isn't expected to meet Thursday due to the Passover holiday. You know, as far as this whole thing, look, they got a picture of Stormy. There's the guy that wants to punish him. You know, and this poor bastard, I really do feel bad for this guy. Okay, because one, he's got Trump derangement syndrome, right? And two, let's be real about this, okay? It was never going to go anywhere, and someone made him the fall guy. That's accurate, man. So if you want to get brass tacks about this, he's being made the fall guy because they didn't want to put their name out there, and they wanted Trump to get ruffled. But it backfired on him because Trump does what he always does. He made a milkshake out of a pile of shit. And he's just sitting there drinking it like a hoss. It's really gross, Donald. But, I mean, you do it all the time. See, there's LA. Yay! I told you she'd be here. We lost someone, though. We lost someone. Luis must be doing something. So, all right. I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, obviously, because I think the writing's on the wall now. Now that the DeSantis thing is kind of simmered down a little bit, and we actually do know that DeSantis doesn't really have a chance. I mean, okay, he doesn't have a chance. That's a strong word. It's a long time till the election. But, you know, save Donald Trump executing a child in the street in the next 3 months or 6 months or whatever. Okay, there's a pretty good chance that Trump's going to be the main runner. I'm still sticking to my guns. If he wants to get back all of his supporters, he's going to have to own the lockdowns. He's going to have to own Fauci, and he's going to have to own Operation Warp Speed. He's just going to have to. If he doesn't come out and at least try to own that, you know, he's already making amends by talking about woke. If you guys saw the rally, you know, in Waco, yay, Waco. He's already making amends about the woke shit, about the PC stuff. He's making amends about free speech. He's making amends about a lot of stuff. And, you know, I really want to see Trump. And this is, I mean, Tim Pool made a really good point. I watched him today while I was working. He wants to see vengeance on the Democrats from Trump. He wants to see basically hellfire brought down on them. And I think a lot of people do. I think a lot of people want to see some retribution for the shit they put us through. You know, I mean, and for good reason. Okay. This is not unwarranted need for vengeance upon them for what they've done to our country. But what I really want to see from Trump is I want to see accountability. You know, he made the statement saying within 24 hours, the Ukraine stuff's going to be done. He was talking about specifically about the woke PC in the schools. He was talking about how he'd make it like a law that parents could vote out teachers and vote out principals that allowed such things as allowing your children to be abused in school from the transgender propaganda from the LGBT community. So, I mean, he's hitting some key buttons. But in order for him to win back, it's probably between 10 and 15% of people that just didn't want him anymore, you know, or don't want to be with him anymore because of the simple fact that he really messed up at the end. But what's up, Carol? Man, I haven't seen you forever. What's up, girl? How you doing? Oh my God. I guess everybody just left Rex's stream. They're coming in and out. But good to see you though. I hope you're doing good. You know, all of these things being said, when people make the argument that DeSantis is new blood, I'm like, yeah, and he doesn't know how to fix this shit. Like, so you're going to bring in a guy that doesn't know how to fix stuff because he's new. Because let's be true. DeSantis is a new guy. He's not a guy that has experience. We're going to put a guy that has a lot of the same values as Trump, agreed, into the White House to fix this mess. It doesn't really have a lot of experience doing it. I don't feel comfortable doing that. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but that's just the way I see it. I want Trump part 2. I want to see what he does. And then DeSantis runs for 4 years in Florida and then makes a run for it after 4 years. I wouldn't mind seeing that either. You know what? This might be a hot take, but I wouldn't mind seeing Kerry Lake tag team with someone either. I really wouldn't. That wouldn't bother me. You know, I never had an issue with a female being in the White House. I just had an issue with the females that they brought up with it. I do have an issue with it being like an all female. I think it should always be 2 sexes in there. Like if it's a male president, it should be a female. if it's a female president, it should be a male vice. I think we should have both sex in there if we can do that. But I mean, Carrie Lake's a badass, man. I mean, she's proved herself time and time again. I love that shit. Oh man, dude, I am absolutely amazing. Other than a little bit of sunburn. Okay, a little bit of sunburn. I got good news, guys. Good news. I love sharing good news with you guys. We broke ground on Monday on our first official commercial job with my company, and it's going really, really well. We had a couple issues with the payment system from the clients, but we've got that fixed now, thank God. But I mean, we're blowing and going. We're going to pick up a couple more roofs from the same company, and life looks good. It really does. It's a good contract to have, you know, when you have a big corporation behind you, backing you with what you do with work. They're really good for references. But that's really good news for me, and I hope it, you know, motivates you guys. But it's been an experience. It's taken us 3 years to get into commercial, and it's not easy. And then this job took about 5 months to set up, and we just broke ground on Monday. So super exciting. Fanfare. I don't have the cool buttons like everybody else does. Maybe though. You know, when I'm actually able to afford it, I really do want to have like a, you know, real thing. Maybe I'll get a, you know, super hot Asian producer, you know, wink, wink, you know. Was it Elijah reference? If you guys didn't catch that. Yeah. Funny how all the women on his show left him. So weird. That guy always gave me the super creepies anyways. All right. So let's move on to the next story. Okay, this one, I found this article very interesting. Because, okay, I don't believe it's true, but, you know, that's you know, a given. But the fact that they're blowing it up and making it, this is from Euractiv? Yeah, I've never heard of them before. I guess they're some European thing or something. Okay, but Biden vows funds tech alliance as democracy summits take on backsliding. So remember when he called a big meeting and didn't actually do a meeting? It was a virtual meeting during COVID. He did it again. President Joe Biden on Wednesday, 29 March, urged unity among democracies in the face of Russia and China as he committed nearly $700 million to halt global democratic backsliding and forge an alliance against surveillance. Hey, Dredd, how much money have we given to Ukraine? Do you know? I asked my buddy today, and he's pretty big into this. He couldn't think of it. He said it was $100 billion. And I was like, dude, there's no way we've given $100 billion, right? And I haven't looked it up yet. But if you know offhand, bro, let me know. But I mean, $700 million, and this is just me thinking out loud, because I know we just gave them $500 million, right? Didn't we? So he committed nearly $700 million to halt global democratic backsliding and forge an alliance against surveillance technology. Now, I want to point something out. Recently, this was very recently, we had a meeting with yeah, no shit, right? Too much, man, too much. We had a meeting. Our country had a meeting, and it said something along the lines of the noise you hear is my little dog. He's over here making a show, apparently. Damn it. What are you doing? Yeah, he's acting like he's not doing anything. So they were discussing putting security in schools, and the price tag, wait for it, was $5B. And they said it was too expensive. Now, let's just say for the sake of argument, my buddy was right. Again, I don't know. I didn't look it up. I've been too busy to look it up. But let's say we've given Ukraine $100 billion. Why the fuck are we in Ukraine? Not why everybody knows why we're there. Like, we all know it's the Biden shit. But what I'm saying is if it wasn't for the whatever bullshit ties Biden has to Ukraine, why are we in Ukraine and why are we giving them so much money? Okay, you see, but we won't spend $5 billion to protect our kids in schools. And this was allocating a security force, an armed security force for each school in America. The price tag was $5 billion. I mean, that's not a lot of money for the United States government, right? I mean, we're just throwing billions at Ukraine. Didn't we give up? I swear, wasn't it 50 billion or something? Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. It was something like that. It was something ridiculous. Yes, it's. I know it's a lot. I don't know how much total we have given them, but I know it's a lot. But my point is he just gave up another $700 million to hold Democratic backsliding and forge an alliance against surveillance technology. Which, by the way, he's implementing more surveillance technology in America. I'm trying to understand how 38% of the people that support Biden, are they just not reading these articles, or do they just not believe them? Or do they only watch CNN? That's probably the answer. Biden invited 121 leaders for his second large virtual summit for democracy, including the prime ministers of close U.S. partners, Israel and India, who both defended their records after charges of creeping authoritarianism. Hey, you remember that show, Venture Brothers? Remember how the evil guys had like their little virtual screens and they would all meet that way? That's what I was thinking of whenever I read that. First conceived by Biden as a way to restore U.S. credibility after Donald Trump's norm-shattering presidency and the attack on the U.S. Capitol. Oh my God. The Summit for Democracy has taken a new urgency as Ukraine fights back a Russian invasion and as China goes on a diplomatic offensive. I swear to God, man, the attack on the Capitol. There's 44,000 hours of film now that we've seen, guys. We know there wasn't an attack on the Capitol. Can we stop? Because remember, this was today. Yeah. First conceived by Biden as a way to restore U.S. credibility for Donald Trump's norm-shattering presidency. Sorry, I already read that one. The summit will work on holding Russia accountable for its unjust and unprovoked war against Ukraine. Hey. So they're going to flip it. Interesting. Showing the democracies are strong and resolved. Biden said in the brief opening remarks. After criticism, the first summit was to U.S.-focused Biden tapped leaders on each continent, from South Korea, Zambia, Costa Rica, and the Netherlands, as co-host. At the invitation of POTUS, Biden, I'm honored to represent and co-host of, is this Buttigieg? No, it's Mark Root. All right. As co-host of the Summit Democracy, hashtag Summit Democracy, since the last summit 2 years ago. A lot has changed in the world. Yeah, because of you, motherfuckers. Democracy is under pressure in Europe too, and we can no longer take it for granted. So, okay, so let me see if I got this right. Because of shit you guys did to fuck everything up, now you're going to take action against yourselves, but in another country. We must embark on a new journey to revive democracy, which is currently under attack. It's a trap, said South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol. Did I say that right, guys? Who announced his country would spearhead the third summit of democracies. Biden, who will address the two-day summit more formally later Wednesday, will announce $690 million to promote democracy overseas, as U.S. officials said. The U.S. funding will back programs to stage free elections and advance independent media and strengthen action against corruption and follows commitment of the $424 million offered at the first summit. So, okay, so we're looking at a price tag of just over $1.1 million. All right, so this is the way I feel about this. You guys tell me if you agree or not. So I'm seeing this as he's trying to implement his systems that he created over here, over there, so they can be just as fucked up as we are. Am I going too far on that? Am I going too far on that? As of February 23, we have given Ukraine for... Wow. What the fuck? But we can't spend $5 billion on children to keep them safer. Holy shit. Dude. Oh, yeah. Yeah, gloat of clemency and tit. That's what it was. Thank you. Yes. So we won't spend $5 billion on kids, but we'll spend $46.6 billion on fucking Ukraine for no reason. We have no reason to be there. There is no reason for us to be there right now. Zero. You hear that, Dems? Zero. Why the fuck are we there? I mean, dude, that is Russia's problem. That's Ukraine's problem. I mean, dude, feel bad for them. They're not America. I don't give a fuck. Fuck them. Sorry. Like, they don't. I mean, dude, they've done nothing but hurt us in the past, and we've had to bend their arm to do anything for us. And now we're We're what? We're just gonna sit here and fucking let them do their shit, dude. Yeah, dude, what's up, bro? Hey, what's going on, man? You all right? So pissed about what? What happened? Was it one of the things that I'm talking about? I mean, when I look at the news every day, dude, and every day it pisses me off. So, what is that? I gotta take my blood pressure medication. Yeah, every time I see this shit, my face is red, not because I ate something that made me turn red. No, it's because I am extremely pissed off. But I mean, at this point, I mean, I've said this probably 100 times on this freaking show, but are you really surprised? I mean, after all this shit, ladies and gents, are you really surprised? I mean, he's probably like, well, look at what we've done to America. You could have a paradise like us too and control everyone. You just got to create the LGBTQ plus Black Lives Matter of your own, to just wipe out everybody. Yeah, come on in, bro. Come on in, man. What's up, bro? How you doing?
Oh, you mother!
Did I make you mad?
Oh man, all this shit's making me mad.
Dude, 700 million. What the fuck? I mean, dude, aren't we in like an inflation crisis right now? Like, seriously?
Oh no!
I mean,
there is no recession. There is no inflation because they would have to take responsibility.
So, but don't you love how
Our
he's like
government is
talking
the
to all
world's
these
biggest deadbeat
countries?
dad.
And he's like, we need to protect democracy. Yeah, democracy is the most important thing.
Okay, let me tell you this right now. Democracy is Democrat code word for our power.
Our power.
We have to protect our power.
Yeah.
So they're trying to shove us into the quote unquote Great Reset faster than normal.
Yeah.
They're going to push this to be able to control everything we do. They're going to make this country look 10 times worse than Venezuela and Australia. You're going to be allowed to go, not going to be allowed to go outside of a 5-mile radius.
Nope.
When are they putting us in the fucking boxcars? That's what I want to know.
What are we going to the pods? What was that? There was a movie they made.
They're talking about
these.
Yeah. They're talking about building these techno cities.
Yes.
We're going to have everything there. It's an upgrade version of the ghettos that Hitler put the Jews in during World War II. That's what they're talking about.
But they don't.
How can people be this stupid?
Because they're not teaching it. Dude, there are kids out there right now that don't know who George Washington is. You understand that, right?
All they know is George Washington was a mean man. He owned slaves and
there's people that literally don't know who he is. I know the ones you're talking about. No, like I do this gag when I go to like get-togethers and stuff. I ask kids to name 3 countries outside of Mexico, Canada, and United States, right? Or I'll say, okay, one of the ones I do is name 4 presidents that aren't Donald Trump or Joe Biden. Okay. And most of them can't name anyone. All right. But I'll ask them specifically. Okay. I'm going to ask you a question. Who is Andrew Jackson? I don't know. All right. Who is Abraham Lincoln? There are people that don't know who Abraham Lincoln is. There are people that don't know who George Washington is. There are people that don't know Carter, Nixon, dude. They don't know because they're not getting taught. But they will know all of the Kardashians and their brother Robert. No joke.
Yep.
They'll know every single actor that's up on the fucking faggot ass Film Actors Guild shit. They'll know them all. Okay? They'll know every single one of them, but they won't know their history. They can't tell you they can't name like 3 seas or 2 oceans. I mean, dude, it's ridiculous, man. Like there's like that really it's kind of silly, but it's fun. The Myron Fresh and Fit podcast. They'll ask these 304s, that's hoes upside down. They'll ask these 304s freaking to name 3 countries. And they can't. But some of them are millionaires because they've been married and divorced like 3 times. Or they're OnlyFans models that sell pictures of shoving things inside of their holes. Like seriously, like I mean, it's crazy, dude. These people do not have a reality check, dude. They don't have any type of adversity anymore. It's not there. You know, there is no for these people that I'm talking about specifically. They're not educated and they're told that they've been oppressed their entire life. So yeah, why the fuck would they have to worry about their past? They've been oppressed. Why would they want to know about their past? But no, man. I mean, I get it, and I share your anger with it. But at the same time, the Republicans, granted, McCarthy has stepped up a little bit, but the Republicans have been sitting on their ass for 6 fucking years.
Yep.
Like doing this. I mean, given the benefit of the doubt, you know, they let Portland happen. They let fucking 2020 happen. So again, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised they did this. I'm not surprised they don't want to spend $5 billion to protect our kids. I'm not surprised. I mean, even though Dredd just sent that, you know, comment, dude, what's up, Eric? So I know, right? You're just here. We're already talking about 7 shitting holes, baby. We're gonna plaster this motherfucker. No, OnlyFans with me. OnlyFans. No, but welcome, Eric. Hope you're doing good.
I'm a plow that bitch.
What's up? Yeah, I know, right? But I'm not surprised at all that they're doing this because I mean, why not? If these countries that are already evil, that are already taking and abusing their people, are watching the greatest country in the world that is considered to be the most powerful country and leads the world, right? Why would they not want to learn from us? I mean, fuck, dude. I got video cameras at every single entrance of my living area now. Every single one. There's video cameras watching people drive in and out now, and where I live. Every single one of them. And there's like 7 entrances to where I live, okay? And there's video cameras that monitor us coming in and out now. No shit. So it's like,
Oh, I know.
I mean,
I don't care. I just don't want to do it.
I don't get it, man. I don't understand these people, and we're really giving up our freedoms. But anyways, all right, let's get to the next story. I got one from O'Keefe, bro. I got one from O'Keefe. So
Keep it on me.
all right. So you know O'Keefe, like he had got fired from his own job.
Yeah.
From his own company. He got fired from his own company. All right. James O'Keefe strikes again. O'Keefe Media Group exposes massive Democrat Party money laundering scheme in U.S. elections. Okay, so this video is like 9 minutes long. We're just going to play like the first like minute and a half of it. But check this out. Investigative journalist James O'Keefe, the third, by the way, he's going by the third now, broke his first major investigation Tuesday night on O'Keefe Media Group. These pictures always freak me out, dude. When I see this right here, I'm like, what the fuck is that shit? The O'Keefe Media Group uncovers potential massive money laundering in the political campaigns. The 9-minute video was posted on Twitter tonight.
FEC data shows that some senior citizens across the U.S. have been donating thousands of times per year. Some of these individuals' names and addresses are attached to over $200,000 in contributions. We went and knocked on a few of their doors to corroborate the data that we received from a group of citizen journalists called Election Watch in Maryland. This is James O'Keefe with OMG. I'm here in Annapolis, Maryland. It's an individual who has donated a total of $217,000 made through 12,000 different contributions in a 3-year period of time. Now, sometimes these contributions have been made in variations of his name and variations of his address. You see this chart here. This chart shows a breakdown of the committees that were earmarked to receive the donations made through Act Blue. And this is all FEC and state data. We're wondering if these donors are victims of what appears to be a money laundering scheme, or these residents actually participated in the scheme, or making phone calls, or knocking on doors. These are things that you can do. We hope you do that. Follow me along and see what happens. This is something that you guys can do. Very easy to do. A lot of homes with bizarre amounts of data.
Because what he's talking about is he now with his new group, if you guys didn't know, his new website, you can go on there and he's going to help people become independent journalists. Because O'Keefe has been preaching this for a few years. Journalism is dead. Okay? I mean, pretty much across the board. The days of journalists actually telling the truth and telling stories that are actually real, it's gone. You know, they don't need sources anymore. The story doesn't have to be factual. They use the word alleged a lot. And then if they're wrong, they simply retract the statement and say, oh, we're sorry. Just like that oil company back in the day.
Data showing tens of thousands of contributions made through different contributors here. So a lot of questions, and we hope the Citizen Journalism Army at OMG can answer them. This is an easy thing to do. Knocking on doors, asking questions. Get yourself
Vince,
a
I gotta
little
bounce. I gotta
microphone.
go
get yourself
my
a
show.
camera. You
All right,
can
bro.
use an iPhone.
Email me.
Yeah, man. Yep.
What we're going to do as citizen reporters is go back to the car and call them, right? We're going to call them. Get a few numbers to call. Contributed 3,000 contributions.
3,000 contributions?
The FEC records indicate that you donated $32,000, 3,000 different contributions people made at this address in your name. Are you aware of that happening? You're not aware of that happening?
Talk to Donald Trump.
Talk to Donald Trump? Well, how would Donald Trump help me answer that question?
Hit him with a bat.
Hit Donald Trump
Hit
with a
Donald
bat?
Trump with a bat.
Right over the head.
How would that help me answer this question?
It would certainly get you in the news.
To do with
I
it.
want to see a scar on his fucking head. Now stop fucking with me.
Whoa. Cindy No of Annapolis, Maryland, who in the year 2000.
So, okay. Wow. All right.
22 allegedly contributed over 1,000 times to Act Blue, totaling $18,849.77. That means Cindy would have had to donate 3 times a day, every day for the whole year. Hello? Hey there, Cindy. My name's James O'Keefe, and we're doing a story on the number of people that have donated with your address. Did you donate to Act Blue, a political cause? How many times a month do you donate to Act Blue?
I don't know. I don't know how many times. I don't understand why I'm getting this.
Well, the question is, you did donate to Act Blue, right?
Yes, once in a while, yes.
Did you donate 1,009 times?
I don't know. I mean, I may once in a while I donate $5 or so dollars or something like that during election year.
What about $18,850?
I doubt that.
Not that many donations.
No, I don't think so.
What the Federal Election Commission indicates that much.
I mean, how is that even possible? He said it would have to be she donated 3 times a day. So what? Okay, I don't want to watch the whole video. So, mostly peaceful. If yeah, no shit, right? Beat him over the head. So okay, I'm confused here. Like, I mean, do you think someone's? I mean, he said someone donated over $217,000. Like, I mean, that's a lot of money, right? I mean, I think it's a lot of money, anyways. So for some reason, we lost like 4 people. We were up to 7 for a second, but now we're not. So I guess they didn't like that. I don't know. But anyways, all right. But I know Will left. But okay, let's move on. Let's get on to some funny shit. All right. So. But just one last note on that. I mean, okay, I guess it's possible that they maybe are having them donate without their knowledge. Maybe they're just taking the money out and they're not noticing. Maybe they're targeting people that have like a certain amount of money that won't notice. It's like an algorithm. I mean, that's what it looks like. It looks like an algorithm. No, bro, Dred, you're always here, bro. I know, man. I don't know. So, sometimes I've noticed, like, as it doesn't matter what time I have my podcast. Because I'm so small that there's bigger shows that, like, for instance, it's no surprise that it's 7:00 and we lost everybody around 7:00. Tim Pool's at 7. So people that probably watch Tim Pool are watching him right now instead of watching me, or there's other shows out there, or maybe their kids and stuff. But I'm trying to find, the good time. By the way, I was on at 1 on Sunday. All right. And I did the show and I didn't see you, bro. So that's why I was like, man, it wasn't here. He said 1 was a good time. So but Sunday's show was pretty cool though, man. I liked it. It was one of my favorite ones actually so far. It was actually I got off the show and I was like, wow, that was actually pretty badass. So, all right, that's enough of the stories. Let's get on the fun shit. I like this this part. All right, so this one is going to make you motherfuckers. First off, let me explain. All right. Yeah, I know, bro. It's remember ever since the Brittany Griner thing, no one gets notifications about me anymore. It's so weird. I'll make 6 videos in a day, and like one video will get 800 views, and the other videos get like 3 or 14. It's stupid. Okay, so if you're gonna go break into someone's house in the middle of the night, first scout the house before. Don't be a dumbass. Okay. I'm not trying to tell you how to be, a break-in. I'm trying to teach you how to not get killed or, better yet, how not to make a stupid decision. When I say this, check for cameras because then right? And then try to figure out who's in the house because this guy didn't do that because you might run into a guy like me. And this is what happens when you do that. This is great. You guys are going to love this shit. This is awesome. I don't know if you can call this karma or just stupidity.
Washington. And this flannel-wearing man is out for more than just a
flannel-wearing man.
He's casing houses. But what he doesn't
in the middle of the night
is that the homeowner, a member of the United States Marine Corps, has been watching the camera feed all along and is now silently following him. The intruder heads for the front door, leaving himself trapped in a corner for the Marine to make his move.
Close quarter, baby. Yeah. Seth smile on his face.
Tumbling down.
See that he was all.
Wrestling on the ground, the intruder quickly discovers that he's no match for the hand-to-hand combat training of a Marine. Meanwhile, the homeowner's wife is already on the phone with police. The Marine keeps the situation under control until officers arrive. It's important to note, law enforcement does not encourage homeowners to get in physical confrontations with it.
He's like, thank you, officers. I'm going to go back inside and finish my beer. Dude, that is great, man. That
Intruders.
is great, dude. Oh, my God. Look, I want to see if I can pause it right when he's walking up. Hang on.
And this flannel-wearing man is out for more tthan just a neighborhood stroll.
It's out for more. I hate that you can't fast forward these
houses. But what he doesn't realize is that the homeowner, a member of the United States Marine Corps, has been watching the camera feed all along and is now silently following him.
God. The
intruder heads for the front door, leaving himself trapped in a corner for the Marine to make his move.
Yeah, look at that face. He's like, dude, that's just how we are. Yeah. Dude, that's good shit right there. Okay. All right. I figured you guys would like that shit. Oh, man. I know, right? I know. Did you see him? He was like, boom, boom. Like, just waiting. He was like waiting for that timing. Boom. Dude. He paid attention and sent for food, baby. Oops. I can't breathe through my nose anymore because you turned it to the right because it's broken. That's so badass. This is just a good. I've been watching a couple from this guy. He just preaches good shit. I had another video. I don't like doing doubles if I don't have to. Something's wrong with that. Why is he? Oh, okay. Let me close that one. There we go. All right. For some reason, I had one of them open. All right. So I've been watching this guy more, and her too. She shows different things to talk about traditional values and whatnot. And this guy, she's been playing a lot. So this is pretty cool.
Most women in culture are looking for a man that can take care of them. Ain't that what you're supposed to do? No, he's supposed to love you enough to want to take care of you.
Amen.
He's the kind of woman he cannot live without giving to. Every time I see him, he giving me something. I don't know what's up with him. He loves me. That's what kind of woman you should be. And you don't need sex to do it. You close your legs, you open his heart.
There's this. It's not a meme, but it's like a trend right now, and they're asking women, "What do you bring to the relationship?" Oh hell, there might be a meme out there, but the number one answer is sex. Okay, and ladies who actually watch this, let me break it down for you very simply. There's something called the 50 rule. Okay, you've probably never heard it, so listen up. All right, If a guy does not love you, if he's not in love with you, okay, after 50 times, he doesn't want to fuck you anymore. The 50 rule is in effect all the time. The closer you get to that 50 mark, if there's no love, he's done. He's fucked you every way he possibly can. Okay? Every position, every type, guys do kinky shit, whatever the fuck it is. After the 50 rule, he's done. What keeps a man is not sex. Okay? They asked, it was something ridiculous. They asked like 1,000 dudes, what would you rather have? A woman that is good at giving a blowjob or a woman that's good at making you food? Like 90% of men said food. Why do you think that is?
Some of y'all use your body because you ain't got no intellect. You ain't got nothing else but hips and lips. Girl, you can even start like, boy, are you crazy? I got an anointing on my life. I got power on my life. I can pray you out of depression. Don't play with me. I'm more than hips and lips. Every woman in here scream, I'm more than that.
You know, I when I was a kid, I don't know what it was like for you guys, but when I was a kid, man, I didn't really start getting sexual with women until I was older. I was kind of a late bloomer. I didn't think about that, man. I was a poetry writer, you know. I wrote stories and shit. You know, I used to have the dreams of, you know, fighting the dragon for my woman. You know, it's the same shit every boy has, right? But dude, I don't remember any of my fantasies involving sex until I was much older. So I don't know when this whole thing happened, when women were just like sex, 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 sex. You know, that's all that we have to talk about. But, you know, we want more than that out of a relationship. We really do. Okay. I know there's like this trope that all men are dogs or whatever, but that's not true. Okay. Remember, 80% of dudes are just normal guys. We're making like $37,000 a year. Okay. We'll live in the same town probably that we grew up in. We might move a little bit. Some of us might move out of state, but we're still going to stay pretty much normal guys. And even on the high end of us normal average guys are going to make $51,000 before we die. Okay. We're just normal everyday guys. You know, we don't, I read in a book somewhere that a man, when he dies, that's been married, you know, for years, has kids, whatever, he's only been with 3 women, you know, that lives a full life. Okay. That's the average guy. Okay. All these Chads, you know, these Tyrones. Okay. That's the trope of the guy that has money and is banging a bunch of chicks. Dude, they represent an incredibly small percent of the population. So a lot of women, like 80% of women, are chasing the Chads and Tyrones, the guys with money, the guys with all the stuff, you know, they'll get you on their yacht when you're 18. Well, if the same chicks are fucking the same dudes, where do you think the stories come from? Well, at the same time, you got 80%, 85% of dudes out here that ain't getting any fucking nookie because they don't have the nice car. They don't have the big freaking 6-figure income. So I'm just saying, for those of you out there that complain about, you know, how you can't find a good man, it's probably because you're giving up your fucking pussy to every single dude that you come across. I'm just saying, think about it. All right. And dudes too. All right. This goes for you, especially you young men out there. Don't be throwing your freaking Italian sausage inside of every fucking vertical taco that you come across. It's not smart, man. You're going to get the wrong one pregnant and then you're going to end up like a statistic. It ain't good. I promise you. It ain't good. All right. Next. All right. So this one was good. This is actually one of the better ones. When I find the Jordan Peterson one, I'll show this one too. Myron destroys the rage gap. You call it the female rage gap, but the wage gap myth. Check this out. This is actually pretty cool. When I find the Jordan Peterson video, because we talked about this before on the show. When I find the Jordan Peterson video, I'll bring it on. Jordan Peterson is the only one that I have found that's done it better than Myron.
Men overall work 52 minutes more each day than women. Women are twice as likely to work part-time. Women take leave from work more frequently than men and for more extended periods of time, 34 days a year versus 21 for men. Women use 88% of their vacation days compared to 82% of men. And women call in sick 30% more frequently than men. Then on top
30% more frequently than men.
That men work most of the dangerous jobs. Men work most of the STEM careers that pay more. Women go into jobs that pay less. The top 10 careers that pay the most are male-dominated. The top 10 careers that pay less are female-dominated.
Men also get their period every month. They also give birth. They also
see. This is the 33-year-old butthurt saying in her vagina chick. She. I don't know if she eventually got kicked off the podcast or not, but the entire podcast, she was just throwing this toot everywhere. And what she's doing right now is she's playing the victim card. Listen to her.
Also have postpartum. They also are more susceptible to psychological damage from men.
Here's the thing: the world doesn't
Emotional
damage. Employers don't care about your personal problems; they just care about having a strong workforce.
You know, and everything that she said was, one was biological, her menstrual cycle, and the other one about getting abused from men. Yeah, that happens, but if you keep choosing the wrong guy, okay. And what did we say earlier, right before this video? If you keep choosing the wrong dude, which is probably a Chad or Tyrone because they got that nice little bank account, you're willing to put up with a lot more because he's got that nice bank account. It's just facts, ladies. I'm sorry. Give us equal pay. Whee! Oh, dude, what about the soccer players, Dred? Yeah, dude, they won that shit. That's great. Oh my God, they make like $40 million, right? Like for the, or 40. What is it? But I think it was like $4 billion, and the men make like $40 billion. It's ridiculous. They make like 1% of what the dudes make, or 10%. Men serve on the front lines, and it's like, yep, that shit. Yes, ma'am. Yes, I do. Always. Welcome back. All right. Let's see here. I got some more good ones in here. I found some cool ones today. Okay. Okay. All right. I already lost. I already laughed. Okay. So try not to laugh at this. I'm serious. Do your best. I've already seen it. So I knew it was coming up. That's why I'm laughing. But do your best not to laugh at this. Okay. Your very best. It's the very first Try Not to Laugh on Vincent De Leon live podcast. Yes, it says insane. Okay. This, to be fair, let's do it right. Okay. Insane trans advocates arguments.
This is my health care, ma'am. Okay, don't tread on it.
Who's trying to take away your rights to have a vaccine?
Senator Yarbrough.
Yeah, she took a fucking vaccine pin and stabbed it in her, or his, or whatever the fuck that is. All right, in her arm. It gets better.
Has militarized the Florida GOP into the genital Gestapo. Ron DeSantis wants trans people dead. You are committing genocide.
You may tell me DeSantis is rounding up gay people and putting them in concentration camps?
I grew up in Germany in the aftermath of Nazis, and what you people are doing is no different.
What? You didn't grow up in fucking Germany after the aftermath? That was 1944. What do you think she is, 50? What? So you just spontaneously combusted in 1970 and then fucking wanted to be
12 years old, I'm non-binary.
Non-binary.
If you pass this bill, many of us will die. I deserve to live as long as all of you. We are humans too.
But I just had an epiphany. This is the end of times. End of days is coming. Kevin, they've been saying that shit for decades. He's still ain't here. No, I ain't talking about Jesus. I'm talking about the devil. God, he gonna take his sweet time. Wouldn't it be amazing if the whole LGBTQ had the mindset and the capacity of Socrates? This would be a beautiful place. This would be a beautiful place.
No shit, right?
Be a beautiful place. Everybody be gay, but it'd be beautiful.
Everyone would be totally gay. Well, the men would be, while the women sit out there wondering why they're not getting pregnant and not getting paid attention to by men. Oh my God, dude. That's great, dude. I try to watch Crowder on Rumble every day. Yeah. So he came back. I'm glad he's back. I haven't had time to watch his show yet, dude. That is like the busiest time of my day. 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock, whenever he comes on. Holy bacon, what the fuck, right? I know, dude. I know. Okay, but who? Okay. We know Dredd laughed. Okay, did anyone not laugh? All right, the only one that died took guns into Nashville private school. Dude, too soon, man. Oh my God, dude, did you get my warning at the very beginning, man? They're like gonna do some kind of like trans revenge or some shit, man. I mean, like, oh my God, this guy killed little kids, or it was a chick, right? That thought she was a dude. It was a very confused woman. Let's put it that way. All right. And you know what? When they first released the story, they said, man, yeah. Or shit, maybe it is a fucking dude. I don't fucking know anymore, man. Like, don't even get me fucking started for real, because I don't know. I've got no clue. Oh, you saw a warning? Okay, yeah. Dude, just guys, everybody, please be careful this weekend, because apparently there's going to be armed freaking T people out there. Armed to the teeth tees. Yeah. What the fuck? Oh, okay. This one got me pretty good. All right. This is I don't think this was my favorite one, but this is one of my favorite ones. I'm just gonna be quiet and let you enjoy it.
They put her in the men's jail.
Your Honor, may I ask one question?
Sure.
Do I have to stay here in the men's unit still?
Yeah, I don't make the rules up there, but they should make a proper accommodation for you. You should be in a separate area. You can contact the bondsman to try and get you out.
Everybody's outraged over because Nikita Dragon had to go into the male jail. Now, let me explain this before we get into this, because people were saying she's legally a woman. Let me just say this. I highly doubt that Nikita Dragon is legally a woman for real, because she may be telling you that, but I think that it's probably impossible that she would end up in a male's jail unless her identification or her legal standing is as of a male, because the police officer is not going to randomly guess.
I mean, so, okay. I don't know who this woman is, but what I'm guessing is that it's a chick that identifies as a dude. And on her driver's license, they put male. Yeah, it was okay. It was 28. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Well, when they first released the story, they said, "Man, that's what I got. Nashville man shoots kids or something." All right. So I was like, "What the fuck, man?" And then they said it was trans, so I thought it was a trans man, or trans woman, whatever. Dude, you know what? I'm so fucking confused half the time now. I don't even know. So there is a woman in a man's jail. Well, I guess it finally happened, right? They got, you know what? That's progress, okay? That is progress. That is real, unadulterated progress. And I'm so proud of our legal system. Now, this one is true pride in our legal system, though. This one's pretty good.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm not about to do this game with you. Since you left a month and a week ago, have you given him any money for the children? I don't need an explanation either. It's a yes or no.
No.
Okay. Thank you. All right.
She's actually asked for money instead of giving.
And then you have the nerve to ask for money and the kids are with him?
I mean, he has an obligation to give me support.
You know what?
Okay. This bitch. This bitch. Okay. All you women out there watching right now, this is what we deal with right here. This is why men are single. This is why women are single.
Play with you. You came here to waste my time because you have the same obligation to your kids. He should not be paying you anything if the kids are with him majority of the time. If they're living with him, if he is the primary parent, he is tasked with the daily duties of caring for these kids. He shouldn't pay you anything, ma'am. And it is ridiculous that you believe that he should.
Look at her face, dude. I love the way she's like, right. Look, says it.
Right.
You know what? Hey, we need more judges like her, okay? And that New York judge, the really cool old dude. I like him a lot too. I'll try to find a clip of him, but yeah. All right, so this one was interesting. I just kind of want to get your thoughts on it. I want to know what you guys think about this, because you know, I think his name is Ruby, or he's the guy that identified as a woman for like a day to break the woman's deadlifting record, to prove a point. Juby? Is it Juby? I think
Transracialism makes more sense than transgenderism.
How?
Because race is actually a spectrum. Race is actually a social construct. Gender is binary. There's male and female. That's it. There's nothing else. Right? Race is actually a spectrum, right? If I were to have a child with an Asian woman, my child is going to be mixed. If she is mixed and we have a child, the child is going to be, race is it's actually a social construct. Yes, it's based on our DNA and ancestral history, but these terms we use, nobody's actually black, nobody's actually white, no one's actually these literal colors, right? If someone is mixed race, with the fact that we even call them black, right? If we call Drake black or we call Barack Obama black, right? They're just as white as they are black, but due to the social construct, we call them black in many cases. So it's actually socially constructed, and it's genuinely a spectrum. You can meet someone and you're like, okay, what race are you? And it's like, well, I don't know. Like, my grandparents are from here, my mom's from here, my dad's from here.
Not a bad. I mean, dude, I know he's. I don't know if he's a certified genius, but he's supposed to be really fucking smart, like super smart. Zuby, yeah, dude, yeah. He. How did he do it? I think he went into a doctor, got them to like legally change his status to a woman, and then he broke the deadlifting champion, the deadlifting Guinness World Records or whatever. Just they did it on live video, and then they tried to cancel him, and he's like, "You can't cancel me." I do as the tater. Yeah, woo! I like. Who was the blonde chick? Was it Susan Lauren? I think it was Susan Lauren. She said she identified as an attack helicopter to like the fucking the feminist that she was like talking to. She was like, "Oh yeah, I identify as attack helicopter. What do you identify as?" That was really cool. It's like, dude, yeah, you go, girl. She's like a Canadian that's like fighting for American rights, just like Crowder. Oh, that's good shit, man. Good shit. You go, Zuby. All right. Now, we were just talking about this a couple seconds ago. I was kind of preempting it a little bit, trying to soften you guys up. This is Sneeko. If you guys don't know who Sneeko is, go check out his channel. Just type in Sneeko. You'll see him. He's gotten very popular the last like 3 or 4 years. He used to be a professional male model. Okay. And he kind of woke the fuck up a couple years ago.
You don't understand the dating marketplace because you're with guys that you don't know the average man because you don't talk to the average man. You don't. Right. You just immediately ignore them. If you're ignoring 5 to 10 guys a day, that's who the average man is. And so in the reverse, I can remember like on probably 2 hands the amount of girls that have hit on me in real life in the past year. I can remember the exact interaction and everything. And it's something I think about on a regular basis, but you're talking about it like that perv touched me in the elevator. You just like brush it off. It's a normal part of life. On the reverse, I remember all of it. That's what's happened. And you're asking why that's happened. It's because of social media. It's because of how everything is shifting. All you girls, like you probably all think you're 10s. You probably all think that you deserve like a 6-figure man or 7-figure man. And a lot of these times, like a lot of you want to just fuck with celebrities. A lot of you have a false idea of what the dating marketplace is like because you're fucking with the top like 10%, 5% of guys who are fucking most of the girls. So you think that's what all guys are like. And when you meet an average guy, you think he's below average, and really that's the norm.
Yeah, and that's the norm. They think they're losers. You know, we were talking about earlier. You know, you're a normal guy. You're a normal everyday dude. He's just going to and from work, man. He just wants to have a family, or he just wants to be left the fuck alone. He doesn't want to be famous. I mean, like I never wanted to start a YouTube channel. I did not want to do this at first. I had to be convinced into doing this. You know, and I'm a normal guy. I'm just an average everyday guy. There's nothing special about me. I have to constantly tell the guys that try to come and work for me, or tell guys that want to be successful. I got to tell them, if you want to be successful, it takes hard work. And a lot of them don't want to work hard. But when I talk to women about this kind of thing, well, I want the high figure guy. I want a traditional man that takes care of the woman. Are you a traditional woman? Well, what do you mean? Are you a virgin? Well, no. So you're not a traditional woman, but you want a traditional man. You know, and then on top of that, you know, most women think like the average dude makes like $100,000. Drive around Bentleys and shit. You know, it's not reality, ladies. It's not the way it works. You know, when you're 31 years old and you're 50 dicks in and you're wondering why you're alone, I mean, come on. You know, if you broke up with every dude, or if every dude broke up with you and you've been single for a long ass time because dudes don't want to date you anymore, it's probably you. All right, this is the woman right here. All right, this type is the one that your mom told you to run the fuck away from. Okay, watch her face.
How do you reconcile believing in feminism, believing in gender equality, but saying that you want the guy to adhere to his traditional gender roles during the initial courtship? That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, no, I think that's what I believe. I think gender norms in the beginning make sense, but yeah, as you get to know each other, they go away, right?
Okay, so traditional gender roles when it benefits you, and then those disperse when they don't benefit you.
So in the beginning, I think it's up to a man to woo. a
Brian
woman,
just being
right?
brutal.
He should be the one that takes her out. He should be the one that wants to do all these things for her, right?
She's a feminist, okay? She's a self-proclaimed feminist. And remember, feminists want equality. And they want more and more and more. But they still want the men to do everything. So they want all the bonuses and none of the negatives.
Very feminist of you, but okay.
Yeah, and I respect that, right? But again, feminism is a spectrum, right? We're all in certain places in the spectrum.
I disagree.
So-
I think equality is black and white. How
Yeah, it's like, okay. Here's a perfect example, okay? When a chick walks up to a dude and smacks him in the face with her fist, she does not expect to get hit back, but she wants equality. Remember that. Oh, dude, don't ever let a chick hit you. You have the right to defend yourself. Oh, yes, of course. Yes. Guys, yeah, anyone that wants to promote their channel, use my platform. Promote yourself. Always, man. Always. Yeah, and Eric is a badass. He's an artist. His work's really good. He's with another group, or he's with a group of fellow comic writers. He draws comics. And I can't, when I first got to YouTube, they kind of took me in, and they were really cool. I really did enjoy getting seen by them. They kind of broke it to me gently. You know what I mean? So, anyways, let's get on to the next one. All right, let's see here. Oh yeah, this one was okay. I like this one. This one was pretty good. This one got my blood pumping, dude. This is where I'm sitting in the back of the crowd. I'm going, yeah. Tom Tiffany. Don't know who he is?
If a person lies on Form 4473 and is a user of unlawful drugs, you can get between 5 to 10 years for that. Is that correct? Is that my understanding?
No, I believe Congress changed the sentence last Congress.
What is that sentence now?
Up to 15.
Up to 15 years. Why hasn't Hunter Biden been prosecuted for the crime that he committed?
I'm not aware of the facts of that case and can't comment on it.
I mean, he said very clearly in his book that he used drugs. He had a gun, at least a gun.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
See, point of order.
Totally irrelevant and not germane to this proceeding.
Sir, he's got his 5 minutes. Go ahead, continue.
Okay. I understand why you do not want Mr. Wilcox to answer that question. It's very clear why you don't want it. Because there's a dual system of justice in America. If a person lies on Form 4470.
Sorry, guys, a customer texted me. Let's see here. Do you have time for a phone call in about 30 minutes? I hate it when customers don't listen. I explained everything to him. He just didn't want to hear. Let's see here. So they didn't want to arrest Hunter, even though Hunter broke all the laws, right? Think about it, but hey, we could do it to anybody else, right? I have my story created, wrote, and drew called Mr. Muck in Golden Era Comics Presents #5 at Indie Planet. Very affordable here. And dude, okay, so remember, guys, those of you that are comic fans like me, the old school comic fans, all I gotta say is that old school comics were so much better than the crap that came out after 2000, 2001, 2002, Eric. That's when they all started kind of going to shit, in my opinion. I stopped reading them because I didn't recognize them anymore. And then when I got back into comics, it was even worse. All right. This one's pretty hard to watch, but let's check it out. It's a little bit brutal, but we got to hear it. So just bear with it and let's give it a shot.
I had two guys call in. They work at DNA testing centers. One guy had to quit. One guy still works there. He told me 40% of the children are not the man's child. 40%. He said 40%.
Somebody call
and
Maury.
it's
Make
usually
DNA testing
it's
mandatory.
two scenarios. It's where the woman, the person's getting a DNA test because the woman claims that is their child. Turns out it's not. The other one is where the parent is on the deathbed and makes a confession, or they need a liver transplant, blood transfusion, and the blood type there's no way that can actually be the father. So then they find out because of medical reasons. You mean that's not my father? Then the father finds out from that way. He said it took such a toll on him that he could no longer do it because he would be sitting on the phone counseling the men and the grown children who these women falsely accuse. We see it on Moore, we see it on paternity court, but yet we say men need to be held accountable. I had two guys call in, they work at DNA test.
I've actually experienced this with a friend of mine, and it destroyed him. It completely destroyed him. We're gonna chapter 2, Mr. Martin. You're a shill for the media. Yeah, they went completely downhill, dude. All right, tipping point. Yeah, dude. Man, you know what? And this might be a hot take. All right, yeah, I like Just Play Things too, man. I love Just Play Things. We watch a lot of the same stuff, Dred. Okay, now this might be a hot take. I don't know, but and I am a purist when it comes to comic books. Sue me. I hated pretty much everything that they came out with. I liked the Hulk that came out in 2001 because that was the only actual real version of the Hulk. I was a huge Hulk fan. And it was the only one that actually followed his powers accurately. They made him a little weak, but you know, it's kind of hard to measure Hulk's strength, to be honest, in a movie. So, but of all the Hulks, he was the only one that was actually, good. Okay. But, and this is my opinion on this. When they had Mystique beating the fuck out of Wolverine in the first X-Men, and him getting knocked out and having a hard time fighting a Canadian in a ring, dude, I was like, what the fuck are we watching? That's fucking Wolverine. He has amnesia? What? Like, and then Rogue was just forgotten about. It really made me mad. The way they did Cyclops and Jean Grey and Beast, I was just, no. So, and maybe that's a hot take. Maybe people don't agree with me, but I haven't liked it. Like, I haven't liked anything. I haven't liked anything DC ever made. I haven't liked really anything that Marvel made. I mean, some of the movies were okay. Like, some of the Spider-Mans were okay. I didn't really like No Way Home. I know. It's just, I'm a purist. So, look, I want to see my comics. I don't want to see your version of my comics. I want to see my comics. You know what I really wanted to see? I wanted to see Spectacular Spider-Man issue 1 through 5. Okay? The absolutely fucking brutal battle between Spider-Man and the reanimated Lizard. Okay? Where the Great Hunter's, witch doctor wife brings the Lizard back from the dead and has him chasing fucking Spider-Man through the city, just beating him up because Spider-Man keeps beating him, but he can't regenerate, because he's Spider-Man. But the Lizard keeps coming back to life. Dude, I read that 5 series issue probably 100 times. Seriously. The Great Hunter was one of my favorite villains, I mean, the fact that he was able to even keep up with Spider-Man Kraven, dude, he was just amazing. And then his wife comes in and fucking brings back the Lizard. That's what I wanted to see. And no one will ever make the movie. It's too violent. It's too bloody. I don't know. But that's the comics I like, man. With all the missteps in the earlier Hulk movies, they are still far better than how he was portrayed in the recent movies. Yeah, I know, man. I know, dude. The first one was I haven't seen any Spidey movie after number 3. I didn't like number 3. I didn't really like number 2. Number 1 was okay. The first one they came out with. Tobey Maguire, right? No, is it Tobey Maguire? I don't know. I hate these awful comic book movies, and that's why I'm taking a stand against all these so-called fans chilling for Star Trek. Yeah, dude. Okay, look. Okay, and I made this point. Okay, look. Gary wants to go on and talk about how great it is. Jet lag and tired. Just need to crash. Tomorrow evening. Sounds good. Sorry, he responded, guys. Sounds great. I'm trying to help this guy out. He's got a good family. He was really nice to me when I met him. And call you at 7 p.m. That sounds like a good time. He's okay. For future references, guys, if you guys ever have a really bad windstorm and it rips off your shingles, insurance companies are anal retentive about wind claims. They fucking hate buying wind claims, and he's got one, and we're gonna go to battle for him. You know, I'll do everything I can for him. Anyways, so I don't agree with Gary and his stance on the fucking Picard shit. Look, you made 2 seasons of woke shit. And the first episode of the first season, you told everybody what you thought of Star Trek fans. Go fuck yourself. I've watched Next Generation the entire season, the entire series, probably about, 10 times. I'm a huge Next Generation fan. All right. Didn't like the Voyager that much. The first 2 seasons were horrible. And I've made myself go through it. Deep Space Nine? I give Deep Space Nine a good solid pass. I mean, it was good. It wasn't great. I give it like a B-, you know. But the original Star Trek series, great. I love the original Star Trek movies. You know, I love Wrath of Khan. But no, fuck Picard season 3. I don't care if it's good. I don't care if it's Next Generation. I don't give a shit. You shit on us in the very first episode. Fuck your show. I don't care. Like you can't keep doing this. Look what they did to Mandalorian. Mandalorian first season had amazing potential. Absolutely fucking amazing potential. And then they just fucked us in the ass with an unlubricated condom over a bar stool while making us watch reruns of fucking Laverne and Shirley. It's like, what the fuck, man? That scene at the end with Luke was great. But the scenes before the scene at the end with Luke was horrible. You have a team of 4 women running through the ship by themselves. Women strong, yeah, woo! I hate this shit, man. Let's see here. Craven's Last Hunt was a great. So that was just, dude. I'm telling you, it was one of the greatest storylines in all of Spider-Man. Dude, I could read it right now. I don't have them anymore because they're gone. But I could read them right now. I loved that. That was just so cool. It's still not good. It breaks the lore. Well, then fuck it, dude. I don't care if I'm just saying I don't care if it was good. He's saying that it's good on Nerdrotic. And me and him don't disagree on a lot of stuff about comics. We disagree about the Hulk. We disagree about what else? About when they started going woke, and we disagree about Picard. I don't care how good it's got. I don't give a fuck if it's slinging out fucking gold dollar bills, man. I don't give a shit. Fuck that. Gary Reams other movies, Marvel Disney crap, but he goes easy on Star Trek Picard season. Yeah, you know what? He goes easy on Star Trek, period. He's a Star Trek guy. Remember, and because I'll admit it. I gave Mandalorian season 2 a good solid, okay, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Oh, well, it was the circumstances. And then, of course, Luke gave it a pass. But then, what the fuck was Boba Fett? Then you realize what they were doing. The whole bullshit about how he gets that lightsaber and you can't use it. You can't use it because, you're too bogged down from your emotions. Fuck. All right, man. You take care, bro. Hell later. I was like, yeah, dude, man, you're great, brother. Always great. Mandalorian had amazing potential. I mean, a cowboy western vibe. No stupid Jedi lore to come in there and fuck it up. That they'd been fucking up for a while, coming off that other shit. Yeah, it was just garbage, man. I will say this though. I wish they would have, if they were going to do sand people, because sand people are one of the very few aliens we don't know anything about in Star Wars. They're supposedly feline looking under the mask, but yeah, like that would have been kind of cool to actually have a sand people arc. Remember in KOTOR 1 where you had to go to the sand people, and you had to be really careful, or they would attack you no matter what. And then at the end, you have this option of getting a little bit of dark side, and you can slaughter every single Saiyan person, just like Anakin did. That was a pretty cool part of KOTOR. But I wouldn't have minded a cool story about the Sand People, but Boba Fett's just gonna come back. You know what's fucked up though? Years and years, I'm talking about like a decade before, we used to talk about him surviving in the Sarlacc pit because of his armor. We did. It was like a theory, like a conspiracy theory type thing. Oh no, Boba Fett came back out of the Sarlacc pit. It's like I'm watching The Mandalorian. I don't give a fuck about Boba Fett. Boba Fett's dead. Luke killed his ass. Who gives a shit about Boba Fett? I didn't care. And you know what? Boba Fett's become kind of like the lore, right? Ooh, Boba Fett, cool character. He's dead. Luke killed him. Game over. KOTOR ruled. KOTOR 2 is my favorite of the two, but I love part 1. Yes. I like KOTOR 2 because it gave you more freedom of designing your lightsaber and shit, and I could dual wield. Oh, dude, dual wielding. Ooh, dude, you talk about just graping shit in that game. I would on purposely go find all the super rare crystals and get everything. Oh, and I could turn every single member of the party into a Jedi except for Mandalore and the robots. Yeah, dude, good game, good fucking game. All right, now I got this one. This is an oldie but goodie. All right. It's old as shit, but it's kind of funny because I think this was like over 10 years old, man. It's got to be 10 years old. Let's see here. Yeah, this is Shapiro, obviously, but this is like it's either 8 years ago or 10 years ago. It's an old one, but check this out. Listen to this, because when you play it out loud now.
And if I call you a moose, are you suddenly a moose? Okay, if I redefine our terms. Yes, that's right. Men and women are a completely different thing. This is true. Have you ever met a man or a woman? They're completely different. Let me ask you this. Okay, I won't ask you how old. I will ask you how old you are, okay? Because you're young enough that it's probably not insulting to ask you. So
I'm 22, so I'm probably only naive, right?
No. Why aren't you 60? Why aren't you 60? And why can't you identify as 60? What is the problem with you identifying as 60?
Gender. You can't just...
You're right. Age is significantly less important than gender. You can't magically change your gender. You can't magically change your sex. You can't magically change your age. And if I
now, okay, Shapiro's just ruthless when it comes to this kind of stuff. But I want to point out something. I don't know, was it 5 years ago? That really fat white dude. I mean, he looked like he was something out of a movie, right? He was kind of weird looking, long hair. Came on national television and said that he identified as a 5-year-old Filipina. Filipina is a female in the Philippine culture. So, I'm sorry, Danny, but apparently you can change your sex and you can change your gender or your age or all three: sex, gender. All right, 2 more guys and I'm out of here. All right, now Bryan Cranston. If you guys don't know who that is, that's the guy from Breaking Bad. All right, Bryan Cranston is a very famous man. He's a very successful man. He's also very stupid, very brainwashed, and he's teaching people a lot of bad shit.
We get to a point where we treated other human beings as slaves, and we're okay with that. When I see the Make America Great Again,
He's talking about America making people slaves. Just
my comment is, do you accept that could possibly be construed as a racist remark? When was it ever great in America for the African American? So if you're making it great again, it's not including them. Our privilege has created blind spots for us. And maybe I haven't seen what is really happening.
First off, America is the least racist nation in the history of the world. That is why black people, white people, Asian people, and all sorts of other people still want to come here. You know that slavery was the way of the world. And the United States in the last 200 plus years was the country that really ended it quicker than anybody else.
How did
Now, I don't know if we ended it quicker, but Europe was actually the first one to abolish slavery, the UK. But I don't know if we ended it quicker since we had it. I'm not sure, but yeah, we are the least racist country in the world. Seriously, it's not even close. Like, go to Mexico, just go to Mexico, go to India, you know, go to Iraq, go to Iran, go to Africa, the birthplace of slavery. That's where it started. You know, the African tribes when we're selling their own people. Remember that movie that came out called The Woman King? Yeah, that was about people killing other tribes, not white people, killing other tribes. That's where the story comes from. And taking them as slaves and then selling them to white Europeans. Yeah. I know they abolished it first, but I don't know what he meant by we did it the fastest. Maybe they had it longer and we had it shorter. Maybe that's what he means. I don't know. Dave Rubin's usually pretty good about stating facts. So, I mean, let's give him the benefit of the doubt on that one, I guess. All right, now, okay, this is the last one. It's funnier than shit. All right, this is great. I love it. I loved it. I was like, yeah. You talk about karma, man. All right, this is the title. He picked a fight with the wrong 72-year-old. That's not a typo. 72.
In 2009, a 72-year-old man from England named Frank Cordy was in his house one morning with his wife getting ready for the day when he suddenly heard a strange sound coming from one of the other rooms. As he was walking over to go and investigate, he was shocked to find some dude standing in his hallway, and Frank quickly...
And look, he's got his lip pierced, with the 2 eyebrow pierced, okay? All right? Look at that shit. Yeah.
He realized the guy had just broken into his house. Before Frank, who was completely unarmed, could say a word, the significantly younger guy lunged at him and tried to stab him. When police were called to the house soon later, they discovered what was described as a murder scene. There was blood splattered everywhere, but the thing is, Frank seemed relatively uninjured. Turns out, the guy who had broken into Frank's house was his neighbor, a 24-year-old named Gregory McCallion. The night before, he had been throwing an extremely loud all-night party at his house, and when police arrived because of noise complaints from neighbors, Gregory just assumed they had been made by Frank. So the next morning, while still drunk, he decided to go teach the frail old man a lesson. But little did he know, Frank had been a national boxing champion when he was 16. And let's just say, it did not go well for Gregory. Frank was quickly declared a hero, and Gregory was found...
Look at that face. Dude. So he's in jail for breaking and entering, assault, and attempted murder. And he gets to tell everyone that he ruined his life by breaking into a 72-year-old man's house and getting the fuck beat out of him. Dude. That is just... Dude, that's the best fucking story of the night.
Guilty of aggravated burglary and sentenced to 4.5 years in prison.
I don't know how he got aggravated burglary. He had a knife and attacked an old man. Dude, they must have pleaded that down. You know what I mean? Like, pleaded it down. Maybe that dude felt sorry for him or whatever, but yeah, like that fucker got fucked up. Egyptians took slaves. Israelites. It's in the Bible. The book no one wants to talk about. The fuck? Dude, isn't that great? Isn't that great, dude? Oh my God, dude. That's better. See, the Marine one wasn't my favorite, but it was close. That one I like more than the Marine one, dude, because, dude, think about it. That guy's drunk, right? Coming in mad, got a knife. And this old man's like, the fuck you are. They described it as a fucking murder scene, dude. All right, that's my show. We got an hour and a half, guys. You're awesome. You're amazing. Thanks for everybody staying. We just got someone coming in, and now I'm going. Look, I'm going to try to be more on time, guys, but with the busy season and me picking up all these new jobs, I promise you I am going to be making the live videos. I might have to switch the days up. I'm basically getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, guys, 3 o'clock in the morning sometimes, and I'm not going to bed till 9:30. Okay, so my days are a little busy right now because it's that time of year, but please, just bear with me on this. Dude, of course, you're welcome, man. Yeah, as always, remember, guys, it's not the end. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. We're going to make it through this. It's going to be hard. For those of you out there that don't believe in Trump anymore, let's give him a chance. I mean, dude, what are our options? I mean, seriously. I mean, at the bare minimum, just remember before COVID happened, we didn't have inflation. We weren't in a recession. Notice they haven't said anything about the fourth or fifth quarter of recession, by the way. Stock markets weren't crashing. Bologna was 99 cents a pound or $1.99 a pound, depending on what part of the country you're in. It's $9 a pound right now. Gas was $1.69, $1.79. I mean, at the bare minimum, Anyways, be good, treat each other right, be respectful. Remember, honor yourself, honor your wife, honor your friends, your family. And one last thing. I do have a family, a death in the family that will be happening very soon. She's got cancer. We got the news yesterday. She's been on hospice for about 4 weeks now, and it's going to be days. So that's going to happen. I'll send you guys a note if it does happen. Obviously, if I'm having to travel, down to Houston or whatever, then I won't have my stuff, my gear with me. I can't do podcasts anywhere except with my phone. And my phone, well, I got a Galaxy G20. Maybe I'll just do some little short live videos or something. I don't know. But please be safe, guys. Be good. Be good to each other. God bless. Peace out. Oh man, dude, gas is $3.30. Dude, it's like $2.89 here for regular. Damn. No, man. Brain cancer is. I've had to be with people with cancer before. Brain cancer is just one of the worst. There's just nothing you can do. I mean, and that's just the way it is. So, I will miss her dearly, but at least it wasn't like all of a sudden, But post any news in the community. Yeah, I will, man. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use the post. And if they're getting sent out to people, Dread, sometimes I'll put one of my video links on a post, and sometimes that helps, and sometimes it doesn't, because the posts aren't getting sent. The Brittany Griner thing, man. I'll tell you guys, that was just probably the single most greatest video I made and single most worst video I made at the same time. But if you guys didn't notice, I was at 415 when I came on. That's like 2 weeks, 120 people. So thanks. You guys are awesome. I definitely wasn't expecting to be this big, this soon. To all of my fans all over the world, I really hope you're enjoying seeing Texas, and I really hope you're enjoying seeing my videos. And God bless, guys. Dread, man, you're awesome, brother. Shoot me an email, man, please. All right. Remember to go to my tab. It's right there. Later, guys. Deuces. It's the end.